Well, hello, Trey Taylor. Welcome.
Well, hello, Andy. How are you doing?
Fantastic, though. Our Eagles just got beat by the Seahawks, so we're licking our wounds here in Philly.
Well, a great way to recover is a good concert.
That's right. Exactly right. And that's what we're looking forward here next Saturday. Absolutely. Have you been all right?
I've been good. Traveling, getting ready for a good 2020 because we've got as a nation, as a people, and just us as individuals, we've got a very busy year ahead of us.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. And our president needs our support. We need to stand up and fight for the things we believe in because it seems that everybody's against us. The media, Hollywood, academia. It's time that we settled this and we stood up for what we believe in and we went to fight for it instead of rolling over and playing dead. And it's good to see the president doing that, and, we support him.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's what I love about you, Andy, is that you are a man of the people and for the people who want to come in and represent the American values, even the modern American values, that we need to be a viable world power. I cannot believe that we have reached a time where we have Hollywood actors and members of the left apologizing to terrorist nations for us going in and getting rid of bad people.
Yeah, it's really pathetic. This guy is responsible for the deaths of hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans. All they want to focus on is their hatred for Donald Trump and to figure out why this was not the right thing to do, which we all know it was.
Some people, I'll tell you, Andy, there are just people who will never be able to find any endearment in that man. And it's sad that we've reached that place as a country because I remembered even I'm 21 years old, but I remember 10 years ago that you could have political disagreements, but you could still see positive in people and you could still see, I can't stand this about him, but I do like this about him. And we've just reached such a divided time where not only do people not disagree with political beliefs anymore, but if you support the sitting president of the United States, you're a sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot. It's just one of those things that I just cannot believe. But one thing that we have to do as a nation and as a community, whoever the president is invest our time into who is representing us locally. Who are we sending to Washington on our behalf? To who is writing our legislation? And do they truly reflect and represent what our communities are about? And that's one thing that I absolutely love about you, Andy, is you've got such a platform which I can't even believe there'd be a Democrat who didn't agree with you. I mean, it's just truly magical. I do love that. And, I'm somebody who, look at the contrast of you and I. You're a rock and roller, blue-eyed soul man. I'm a country boy living in Nashville, Tennessee, and, completely different backgrounds, completely different pigment of our skin, and we don't dare talk religion, but yet we still agree and support virulently the values that protect our nation, and that's such a wonderful thing. And I think the most out-of-the-box way to really perpetuate that is through our other common love, which is good music. And we're going to be doing that on Saturday.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so funny that you talk about, being labeled a bigot and a hater and a racist. I've even been called a Nazi for wearing a red hat, Trey. And as recently as Thursday night, my opponent's surrogates tried to attack me if they want to throw around these labels willy-nilly. I know they're going to start offending people who were actual victims of Nazis at some point in time. And,
well, I'll tell you,
they cheapen the words,
Well, I'll tell you, I've never heard a Nazi give a call to a black fella to fly in to play with him. So, I mean, I don't. If you're a true Nazi, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Andy.
I'm a really bad Nazi, Trey. What can I tell you? Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, aren't we all? But I'll tell you, you ought to let your people know, wow, I'm flying in a guy twice who's black. I don't know how. And by the way, I've got I've got my grandmother's from Poland, so you're really. I mean, man, you're not following up on it, man. Well, and some of us celebrate other things on 420, not Hitler's birthday. I'll tell you, Andy, the people who say the word Nazi.
Yeah. Well, when they cry, it's like the old boy who cried wolf. They're crying wolf so many times, calling people racists and Nazis that it doesn't mean anything anymore, and it's a shame.
Well, we are, and I'll tell you, I thought that a duly elected black president twice would have ended the race argument. And race is something that if we quit talking about it, we wouldn't know it was there. It would disappear into oblivion. Other than, oh, well, there's a black guy, there's a white guy, whatever. But the notion that, and especially we're seeing this in the media, where it's open season on minorities from the police, and minorities have to crawl serpentine to their vehicles, or else they'll get shot. I mean, it's just it's fear mongering, and it's I'm just over it. And Kamala Harris learned what identity politics will get you. Yeah. And it's a shame, It's even my opponent's team is playing this game, but we're past that. We're preparing for bigger things, which includes our gig on Saturday night here, January 11th at the Hilltop AA. Did you happen to get the song list that I sent over to you, Trey? It looks great. I love it.
Cool. Yeah, and I think it's, we can cut a few out here or there if we don't, if we're going on too long in time, because we're probably going to want to have some fun talking in between some songs and mixing things in. So we can, we don't have to stick with that set list, but, we'll be picking the songs from it. And I think it'll be great having John Barry there on piano, especially on things like Prisoner of the Highway. He's a really fantastic piano player, and it's gonna make that song pop, and there'll be other ones there that'll really be great. So I'm really looking forward to that, that Prisoner of the Highway. Ronnie Millsap too.
Oh, I'm so happy that you found him, because really, I think with these kind of performances, less is more. And we're going to have so much substance in what we're singing about and what we're talking about and what we're celebrating that night, that overdrawn, too loud music, it just doesn't have a place there. A great intimate concert with talented musicians, it just doesn't get better than that, Andy. It really doesn't.
That's awesome. It's great. I'm really looking forward to it.
But I'm excited about this Tom Petty song that you put on here, because I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah,
but I love Tom Petty.
It's a great old song. It's got a great feel. It's got a great beat. I'll be sitting on this wooden cajon drum, and so that'll give it that thump. And then between the vocal harmonies and the guitar work in there, I think and the harmonica, I think it's going to be a lot of great texture, and it's a great song, and people love that stuff.
It'll be great, and I saw that you added some sing-along songs that'll be cool. A lot of the great country standard. I'm seeing a lot of great songwriters featured in on here. A lot of these men who we're going to be taking songs from composed these songs themselves and really lived these songs. So to be able to celebrate their legacy, I don't know what better represents America than people like Merle Haggard, people like Willie Nelson, people like Hank Williams Jr., people like Ray Charles, people like Glenn Campbell, Ronnie Millsap, and of course Toby Keith. So it's a great lineup, right? Yeah, it's a great lineup. It wouldn't be, the only thing, them being there wouldn't make it as good. We've got a pretty tight thing going.
That's great. It's really good. That's excellent. Well, Trey, it's been great catching up with you, man.
This'll be a great thing, and I'll tell you what, I know that management's going to be pulling some last-minute strings on promotion and things, so we're going to pray that those are fruitful and they go well. But I'm just so honored to have aligned myself and taken my time to get to perform. Normally, when you do a fundraiser, for a politician, he's sitting in the audience. But Andy's up on stage, so you can't beat that. He's going to take his old harpoon out of his dirty red bandana.
Absolutely am. Absolutely am. Well, thankfully, the good Lord blessed me with some talent, and I'm happy to be able to share it with you, my friend. And for somebody 21 years old, my gosh, you've got a lot of wisdom and a lot of old soul there. I can just tell you that. You know?
well, thank you, Andy. And I know you can play that harmonica in Washington till Nancy Pelosi gets a headache. So that'll be a good go. You just blow, baby, blow. But thank you so much, Andy. I look forward to seeing you real soon and seeing the fans who come out, and it's going to be a great night.
All right, Trey, thanks. I'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Hey, have a great night, Andy.
You too, Trey. God bless. Take care.
All right. God bless
Bye-bye.
you.
Hi, this is Andy Meehan. And in case you haven't heard, I am doing something extremely difficult, but absolutely necessary. I'm a conservative challenging Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick in the Republican primary. On the issues, the congressman and I are worlds apart. Fitzpatrick voted in favor of amnesty for illegal aliens and against securing the border, while I'll oppose any amnesty and make sure the wall is funded. He supports gun bans and unconstitutional red flag laws, while I stand with our gun owners, our Second Amendment rights, and our right to due process. He voted to give a legal right to biological men to access women-only spaces and to compete against them for college athletic scholarships. I believe that women deserve women-only safe spaces in our society and fair competition in sports. He's voted for carbon taxes and the Paris Climate Accords, while I've put in writing my pledge of no new taxes. And Fitzpatrick has consistently supported endless wars in the Middle East. I'll vote to bring our troops home. Some establishment leaders in the Republican Party believe that you are obligated to endorse Congressman Fitzpatrick out of party loyalty. However, he isn't worthy of that loyalty as he has not demonstrated it himself. He voted against President Trump in 2016. He has not committed to supporting the president in 2020, and he voted with Nancy Pelosi to label the president a racist just this past July. He does not stand up for the president or our Republican values. I, on the other hand, as the nominee, will do both. But I need your help. Please go to mehan2020.com/contribute to help me raise the money to win this race. And please also hit the share button to share it with your friends and family so they can see how important this is and they can support me too. This is Andy Meehan, and I approve this message.